I'm part of Zensar Foundation, and we have been doing intervention programs for a lot of community development programs into communities. I'm just touching base on this. We have been doing this for the last 10 years, and it was just 5 years ago we decided to move into the environmental space, and the germ of an idea which started off with few of our people who one of them being Vandana Chauhan and the CEO of a company, Ganesh Natarajan, and some other people who were keen on moving into the environmental space. So these are some of the intervention programs that we did in the for other spaces like community mobilization. So I'll just skip this out. So like I said, 5 years ago we moved on to it, and it took us about 2 years time to actually build this park. And 3 years ago, sometime in September, that is 24th of September, we are completing 24th September, next week we are completing 3 years of this park. Of course, this is a quote from Vandana Chauhan, who's been a key force. She's been helping us with the PMC to build this place. Like I said, it took 2 years time to actually build this place. So as you can see, this is more of a built on a 2-acre land. When I moved to Pune, there was a space where I shifted to a place somewhere close to Symbiosis College, and from Symbiosis College, where I had to take a bus, there was this huge 4-acre land which had this rocky space and too much. I mean, nobody would really want to look at the left side when you're walking towards, like when I was walking towards my bus stop, I would never ever look at the left hand side, because early morning, you know how rocky spaces are utilized, so we never would look at that place. But suppose that if you actually see it now, people really want to be in that place, so it's something of pride for me as well, because I saw it actually happening. So let's talking about Udaan Biodiversity Park. It's on a 2-acre land, which we, of course, as I mentioned, converting a rocky land into a small ecosystem. This was more, the park seeks to conserve threatened plant species and preserve. Prerna over here is one of the person who was instrumental in making this park. Some of the species which, as per Prerna's report, she had given this list of species who are existing in our park right now. I mean, this is, if you can just go through it. Thankfully, Prerna, there are no flying cockroaches there, so I'm very happy to visit it. 141 plant species, 63 botanical families ka names I don't know. If anyone are interested, please ask Prerna. Okay, so this starts with my park. This is the entrance to the park, and some unique facts which we would like to go through. The park encourages the visitors over here. What they do is we start off with a fun with the plant section. We have got about 7 to 8 sections to this park, which caters to the need of like plucking and tasting, rubbing, smelling. Most of the parks that you see around, you know, anywhere that you go, you're not allowed to touch it. You are like, you just have to look at it and walk off. Now the unique thing about this park is, like, you are supposed to be plucking it, tasting it, feeling it, enjoying the experience of actually feeling the plants over there. As mentioned over here, the experience also is guided by signages in English, Marathi, and Braille. Braille, of course, for the blind children that are visiting the park. The visitors can relate to the therapeutic influence of Tulsi, Neem, and other things that are there in the park. We have n number of schools, children who are visiting the park regularly. It's something like for a first standard, your second standard, even for the 5th standard students are visiting the park, because it's more of a educational excursion for them. These are some of the sections that we have over there: cold and cough, joint pains, aromatic plants, digestion, hair and care. Some of the sections that we have at the park. Just to show you visually the space as you move this side, this is the entirely that you see the butterfly over there is the butterfly section. So and this is the place that we start off with the fun section that we move. Here is the play area. The signages that we spoke of, this is the yellow one that you can see is the Braille, and the other is in Marathi and English. The one which you're seeing over here is the extinct plant section, which some of the plants which Prerna had mentioned are some of the extinct plants that do not exist anymore. So we have made a graveyard for them, so for that people to see that these plants don't exist now. Some of the visits, I've put some photographs of the visits of children over here. We have children from the orphanage whom we get over here to move around the park. Then we have children from our community who have been taken around, the blind children. And you can see them how they are actually enjoying and tasting and smelling it. They were very surprised that we are actually supposed to be pulling it out, the plants. And they were very scared. I'm not going to touch it. That was the feeling that came across. As I mentioned, we have used all natural elements over here. Like I said, they were rocky. The land was a rocky piece of space. So we have not removed any of the rocks from there. We have retained those rocks. The rocks have been utilized over here. As you see in the lawn area, the rocks have been retained because there are organisms which are thriving below the rocks. So to retain those organisms over there, we have retained them. So the rocks that are kept over there are utilized by the people, the visitors in the park, and that's the pond that you're seeing over there. There again you have the rocks that are been retained in its own space. Some of the rocks that were removed from the lawns have been utilized to make a waterfall. This park has been aesthetically done by the landscape architect Sunil Sundarani. I don't know how many of you know. He's the person who had designed our park, keeping in mind giving the ecological services that is giving, like air purification, and the water that we utilized for watering the plants in the park are the ones which are taken from the Nala. We have got two buildings which are across the park, so they have a sewage that passes through from one building to the other. So the water for watering the park is being taken from there. Finally, what we have over here is when we are at the end of the park, what we have put up a board over here is that you can take over the plants from the park. Whatever plants that we have in the park, we have been now propagating it. The one which you see over there is the propagating of these plants. We take it from the park itself, and then we have been keeping it over here for the visitors to take it and go. I mean, it's free, of course. These plants are free. So these are all medicinal plants. Whatever plants are required, we just propagate it and we give it away to people. So that's all my chota sa presentation regarding my park. So if anyone has anything to say. Yes.
Well, in general, if you can tell us what is this whole initiative as CSR, and are you the pioneering ones in this particular thing, or what is this whole mechanism that works towards this?
See, when we initially decided to make this park, it was more from the environment perspective, like we need to do something since we have been doing more on community mobilization program, development program. We wanted to do something on the basis of environment. Of course, there are environment, we have other initiatives also, but this was a consistent program that we decided to take up. And the main reason for this is like to actually develop a space wherein we can have all the organisms which are come together. Like if you see the list of organisms that we have got birds visiting, we have got insects, we've got reptiles, we've got the pond has got fishes in it. So it was just coming together of all the organisms in a small space. And of course we've got a lot of visitors who come over there, and it doesn't cater only to the needs of the other organisms. There are other visitors. We have got about 450 visitors who are coming to the park daily. That's it. No, we do not have another one like this, Prerna, right? We do not have another one like this park, in Pune. So this is one of its kind.
In terms of, like there are NGOs, like there are other PMC departments who develop this kind of gardens or parks. So what is your role exactly as Zensar Foundation in this particular development of the park?
It's on PMC land, but it's Zensar who's maintaining. Like it's us who's taking care of right from the building of the park till the maintaining of it, the acquiring of the plants and giving away of plants, the designing, as in the entire space, the signage, everything is taken care completely by us.
Kind of a collaboration with PMC.
Yeah. So
where-
yeah, the only relation PMC had with us was they gave it the play space to us on lease for about 10 years, and we are the rest everything it's Zensar who's taking care of it.
Thanks.
Yeah, we right. So we are actually since now that we are almost finished everything, like the signages, the boards, everything is done. Now we are looking out for more things that we can include in the park, wherein we are trying to get citizens around the park who can suggest, tell us how we can improve things in the park.
CSR goes for 2 to 3 years maximum. Means the long projects are not favored by CSR policy. I work as a CSR officer. That's what I'm.
Yes.
So, do Zensar support such long-term projects, restoration 7 to 10 years or something?
Yes, because like I said, we have been doing CSR activities for the last 10 years in the other space. Now that for the last 3 years we are on to environment, and we've got other initiatives that we are working on. But no, because this is a 10-year lease that we have taken. Now what we are slowly getting into a space is like we are getting PMC involved, so that once if we move out, in case we move out, of course we do not want to move out. In case we move out, it will be definitely sustained. I mean, the place is sustained, it gets carried forward. And our aim, Prerna and all of our aim is this has to be one of the tourist spots in Pune, so that it will figure in the Google map, where when you're clicking on some of the tourist spaces that needs to be visited in Pune, Biodiversity Park should be one of them. And we are hoping to do that.
Luck with that.
Thank you. Thanks. Vivek is also one of the person who's been helping us with the plants in the park. So we have his plants also in the park.